Saturday, August 14th, 2021. Um, it's cooled off. It's not as hot out. Air quality is good. It's like 25. And air temperature was about like 75 degrees Fahrenheit, which is nice. Like 25 centigrade? Something like that. I haven't figured it out yet. Uh, ah, too many stories. Picking and choosing what to write about, what to leave for later, and maybe get back to. And if I don't get back to it, then it'll just get recycled and refurbished and reinvented and be expressed in something else. You know, it all goes somewhere. Even if it's not right now, it does go somewhere. And it does mean something, and it does some good if that is the intent. So it's not for naught. I don't think so. Even this whole thing, it's practice for me. It's a refinery, a thought refinery. It lets me have a creative outlet where I can speak safely. To me, this is safe. I might as well just be talking to a mirror, but I like to have a record just in case. I might want to look at it later or something, but I never do. It just gets. But you never know. It might have some value for posterity, like looking back on it. I hope I don't. Well, I don't know. But it's there. It might give some insight into what was going on, or what I was thinking, or how I was thinking at the time, and what went wrong, or what went right. Because I really don't know any more than what I currently know. And damn it. If I only knew what I'm going to know later, but I don't know. But I was thinking about the topic that I am going to write about, and because I want to write about it, because today is the day after I did a really just, I don't know, don't ask me, because I don't know why. I couldn't tell you. I didn't plan on it. I just had an idea that it'd be nice. I should go for a walk at some point and capture what it looks like on that new route that I'm running, because I've never been out there with with the intent of taking pictures of that area. And there were some things that I had seen on that run that I was like, oh, this is kind of cool. I want to, come back, because I don't have a way to capture photos when I'm running. So it's like I have to carry a phone or something, and I don't do that when I'm running. So I have to make a point of going on another trip. So yesterday was the day, apparently. I didn't plan on it, but I woke up from my long nap, because it could have been a full sleep, but I woke up early. And the sun was still up, and I was like, well, I should go. And also I wanted to see what the cemetery, I wanted to scout that out, so, to get my visual landmarks, and kind of see, because I already run through it during the day, like on a regular basis, but I'd never run through it at night, and that was different. It shouldn't be different, but it is different. So And that's another story about getting permission to be okay running through if I want to. It's like I think I got permission, or I have my own permission, or I got permission. And it's in the story. It's in those, yeah. So it's there. It was not planned. It was just something that happened, and I didn't even know about it until I got back. I was looking at the photos, and it's like, whoa. So I consider that like uh, making friends, having a patron, some sort of, you know, I don't know, some sort of safety or something. But I still have to be, polite and on my best behavior and just be just respectful. Just, run through. That's it. But I don't have to, And I guess the other thing about that was like, I am okay if I'm running through a place and I'm kind of scared or not, don't feel like I want to be there. I'm okay as long as I keep running. As walking, I don't want to stop what I'm doing already and then be walking because that's going to take even longer. But if I am walking already and I'm already acclimated and accustomed to walking, then the last thing I want to do is to start running. So if I'm in a scary place or I'm not feeling comfortable, I don't want to start running because then I start feeling like I'm being chased. And that just terrifies right out of me. So, but if I'm already running, I'm okay to keep running. But if I'm walking, the last thing I want to do is start running. Because that just, kicks in the primal endorphins or whatever, that the chase. And I don't like being chased. Even when it's a playful chase, I have a thing about that. I don't like being chased. It just kind of, so anyway, I'm not sure what I was talking about. Oh yeah, pictures and stuff. So yeah, so I took pictures out there and got some nice scenery. I thought the landscape cooperated pretty well. I could have stood for a better line of sight to the horizon, but there just isn't really a good one because there's no hills to really get up on and stand on. There's some playground equipment that I could have climbed, gotten a good 10 feet above where I was standing, but darn it, there were children on it, and I didn't want to, bother the children. I mean, I could have, like, I'm sure the children, they might have looked at me funny, and some of the adults probably would have been like, get away from her. No, but but I just was like, I want to see it from the ground level. So anyway, and that was just a walking excursion. Corroborate, validate, corroborate. That's the word I was looking for. No one can validate my experience. No one can corroborate my experience because they haven't had it. So all the places I go and all the people I meet in the rooms of recovery around here, I very rarely have ever met somebody that has had my experience. Yeah, they might have like addiction and alcoholism and various things like that, but they have not had my experience, and they cannot give me, yeah. So anyway, I'm still working on that story. But corroborate, that's the word I was looking for. I need to say it a couple more times. So I lock it in so I don't forget. And acclimatize, that's another word I always keep forgetting. But I like that word. And accommodate. And I did, on my run today, I went back through the cemetery, and I did spy another thing to take a picture of. So, and I remember where it is, and so that'll be next time. But that'll be a while from now. I need to let the weather change a little bit, I think, before I can, maybe after it rains a little bit, and take some fresh pictures when the water level's higher. I don't know. But before fall, probably another walkabout before fall in the leaves. But you know, the leaves are actually, there's actually already leaves on the ground. Some summer leaves, not fall leaves, but they're summer leaves. Notice that, but it hasn't rained in a while. It rained a little bit the past couple days, but not very much. Oh yeah, I think I mentioned this yesterday, but I'm not sure. About, I feel guilty, but it's only if I don't do something about it. I recognize it and then don't do something about it. But if I recognize it, appreciate it, and want to change the behavior, then I can do something about it. And then I can feel better about it. And I should just, yeah. So, plastic bottles. Yeah. I mean, recycling is all well and good. I think I said this yesterday. I was talking about that. I think so. Like recycling is all well and good, but what about just not buying it in the first place? And I noticed, and he's like, yeah, I buy water bottles, and I can go through about 2 a day of carbonated, sparkling water to stay hydrated. And I can recycle them, or I could just not buy them and get over myself, even though I don't like that phrase anymore, because that has connotations that it's like, oh, you can just get over whatever autistic behavior you have. And it's like, no, I can't. And I don't want to, and I don't have to, and I shouldn't, and it's not healthy, and no. So whenever anybody, it's like, get over yourself, it's like, no. It's like, I have permission to not, just no. Don't even have to explain it, just no. It's like, it's like I shouldn't have to mask my behavior or pretend to be different, or it's like, if I get strange looks, I shouldn't have to be trying to figure out exactly what it was that I was doing to not do it anymore, to not get those looks, because it's not normal. And so anyway. Water bottles. So these are the water bottles I was talking about. 2 of these a day. I'm getting recycled, but I was having a problem because I can drink tap water right out of the sink. But I've always heard rumors about how the Franklin water is contaminated or has like different impurities, and it's like bad for you or something. And I don't have any evidence about that, and people will complain about it. And anyway, so I don't think it's true. So I decided to go ahead and, I use the water to make my coffee, and I've been drinking it for years, and I think it's fine. And unless the coffee filters out whatever impurities is in it, but I don't think so. So anyway, so I have some bottles that I haven't, recycled, or, and I'll just keep refilling them, and I don't have to buy anymore. And that's 2 bottles a day, not bought. That's 730 water bottles a year. 730 of these getting recycled, maybe. Don't know what happens with the recycling around here. What happens exactly when it leaves? So, and even then, it takes energy to recycle stuff, like electricity. And where does that electricity come from? I don't know. Might come from coal burning, for all I know. So, it's definitely not coming from solar or wind, or sustainable, or geothermal. I know it's not coming from wind, solar, or geothermal. It's probably coming from coal, because I don't think it's hydroelectric either. So, or even, yeah, I don't, yeah. So it's probably just got to be coal, I guess, or well, I don't know. So anyway, and that saves me like $500 a year is what I figured out, because these, buying these, even though I get the discount, it's like $1.33 a day in these, and it's $500 a year. Just, it's like giving myself a raise of $500 a year by, just changing a behavior. So I think that's worth doing. So every little bit. Streamlining. And it also saves me time too, because I don't have to, like, after my shift, go and get this and go buy it and haul it and I don't know. My life is a little bit different, so Americans. So anyway, I thought that was cool. But anyway, what I was going to write about tonight is nothing to do with anything, except for something I've been writing about. Oh, and I even started with too many stories, so I have to decide what stories I'm going to tell. And the one for tonight, if I get around to it, which I hope I will, because it depends. I can never tell. But anyway, I have an idea. So, not that it means, I don't know what it means, but it'll get my thoughts down. And then they'll be there. And maybe it'll mean something to somebody that may read it, may not, I don't know. I can never tell, and if anybody's, and it doesn't matter, I'm writing it for me anyway. All of it's for me. But I do think it's really cool when somebody else gets something out of it. Is that's just a bonus, I guess. But I do worry sometimes that I have a bad influence or a negative impact. It's like if people don't know that this is normal for me, like all this is normal. Don't worry, this is just me talking. So it's like, it might sound strange, but to me this is just perfectly, this is, if I didn't, it's like, so I really, I have very, I think, rational concerns about having anybody introduced into to my writing, because without the context and the framing to know what's going on, it's like, I can't imagine. I have no idea what that looks like. And because then there's like the literal, the figurative, the allegorical, the rhetorical, the metaphorical, the analogous, the interrogative, the declarative. And then the dreaming. I guess that's a whole separate thing. I guess it happens in mood. There's nothing I can cause or conjure deliberately. It just happens. And it's not a bad thing. If anything, it helps. Because I'll read it later and be like, wow, where did that come from? And it's like, because I remember writing it, but I don't. I guess I just don't. I just know the words as they're, but I can't see the whole thing until I'm reading it later. So it's, I don't know, because it's not rehearsed and it's not. It's just ad lib. I don't know. I don't know. I kind of want to keep talking, but I don't have much to say. And I was thinking about, oh yeah, on the run, I was thinking about taking responsibility and ownership of autistic identity and accepting and being okay with myself. You know, regardless of being understood by anyone else or appreciated or yeah, because as far as anybody else is concerned, I'm just Eric, you know. And even then, it's like there's a few people that, you know, I've told, but they don't really, I don't know what they think. They probably don't know what to think. Who knows? But they just probably, they probably think about the stereotypes and how I don't fit them. But sure does answer a lot of questions if they knew what the questions were. How do you get to be a person like me? How do you explain the history and everything? But they don't know about that because I don't talk about it. It's not that I wouldn't talk about it. It's just that it does just never come up. It's never come up, and there's no people. It just, it's a long story. Take a long time to tell, and no one really has the interest or patience for it anyway. And I already know the story, and I don't feel like telling it. So it would take a long time to tell, like a long time. More patience or energy or attention that I have. So, it's life. It's my experience. Growing up, adolescence, teenage, adult, you know, it's the whole thing. And everybody's got their experience. And I've got my genuine, unknowing, autistic experience that I just lived through and just dealt with, never knowing. And then just finding, alcohol to be my solution to everything. That way I didn't have to think about anything. I could just drink. Didn't have to worry about anything. I could just be numb to emotions and experience and just kind of, So take away the alcohol, I've still got the me to deal with. So part of this, the majority, if not, of this recovery is me being okay with me, figuring out who that is, owning and taking responsibility of my autistic identity, and then being okay about it. And so I know for me, this is, my recovery is possible, as long as I, keep doing what I'm doing, and be doing it for good reasons. I think it's, totally feasible and doesn't require much of me. Not at this stage. It's just keep doing what I'm doing. Whereas other types of, recoveries, that's an everyday thing, and I understand the difference. Not all recoveries are equal, and some are a constant struggle, and that is with and on top of other issues, like dealing with an autistic identity and addiction, and then recovery that isn't as illuminated, and it's blurry at best, and how you can't really define it or quantify it, and it does not exist, and it's not in time, and there are no tokens, or maybe there are, I don't know. But and then the support system for it, it is what you make of it. Same as with for me, it's like I'm currently kind of withdrawing and disintegrating myself from, it's like, because I feel, kind of like an imposter and a fraud, and I don't belong. And I know they would totally just cut me down and tell me, no, you're one of us, because they don't want to see me get hurt. They want to protect me. They want to keep me where they can see me and make sure I don't make mistakes and yada yada. That's nice. But yeah, I'm still going to make mistakes. But I know they mean well. That's nice. But I would like to do other things with my life, and it's like being an alcoholic for the rest of my life. It's like, yeah, I could do that, but I have other things I want to do, other things I want to write about, and I've got ideas, and I want to work on those, And right now, my obsession is more about, autistic identity. And I realized that I can't pinpoint it exactly. When in meetings when did I start to I'm not even talking about problems dealing with alcoholism. I'm talking about problems dealing with autism. I never mention or even bring up the thought of drinking or alcohol or craving or anything related to alcohol. I talk about my stuff in relation to autism. Like dealing with people, dealing with the world, understanding reality, making mistakes, um, having problems, having, you know, understanding, just all, I don't know, just everything. It's through the lens of being autistic. And it's like, I really could care less about, and it's like people talk about, it's like, yeah, I don't care about that. Oh, that's right. We're talking about that. So, anyway, people seem just really, really, and it's like, I appreciate that. Because I guess for the first year, I guess I was going along with it, and I was like, yeah. But I knew that, my drinking was, if I drank again, it would, that's, that was a bad, I was glad to be done. I was glad to be away. So, anyway, I should wrap this up. I didn't really have much to say, but there we go, another half an hour. So, anyway, happy that I don't have to buy these anymore. As long as and I don't like the straight out of the tap warm, but fill up the bottle, cap on, put it in the fridge, and cold water. So, yeah, and saving $500 a year. And so I've only been doing it for a week, but I'm already getting used to, because it took me a little bit, because I'm used to the sparkling water, carbonation. So it took me a little while to get used to not expecting carbonation. But I've already gotten used to it. So it's like I'm not like caught off guard by lack of carbonation. So yeah, just regular water. And it's not flavored, and it's not, probably all that artificial sweetener probably wasn't good either. So I don't know. So that'll be one less thing. So yeah, I feel good about it. So that's a sizable piece of plastic, and 700 of those not being recycled, or the energy that it takes to do all the stuff with it. Yeah. So I guess I covered a lot. So I should go do something else. Maybe make some food or something. I should go.